What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, and I'll do a separate video kind of getting everybody caught up on why I've been away, what I've been doing. Anyways, today, right now, I want to talk about Pantera, because if you go back and look, I did a video about that not too long ago, talking about the surviving members of Pantera doing a reunion. And since the backlash has come out from that, they started to kind of change their tune and call it a tribute show instead of a tribute tour instead of a reunion. I think even Vinnie Paul had said after Dime died, he's like, there's no Pantera without Dimebag. I think at one point there were some maybe talks or rumors circulating of them doing a tour with Vinnie Paul still involved in the mix and having Zakk Wylde come in. Then obviously Vinnie Paul died, and so now it's, well, half of the band is dead. The brothers that formed it, the guitarist that his signature sound and playing and everything was so iconic for the band are both gone. Now what do you do? And again, feel free to let me know what you guys think of this in the comments, or go check out the other video about this if you think, is this just a cash grab? Are you excited for the tour? Do you think it'll be cool? I was less bothered by it when I saw that they enlisted Zakk Wylde, because I know that he and Dime were actually really good, close friends. And so he wouldn't have signed on if he didn't think it was right. The estates of both deceased members have signed off on it. And that Zakk Wylde is going to at least do his damnedest to honor his friend. But this one I thought was kind of interesting. And then when we get down to some other stuff, I got another question I want to pose to see what maybe some of the other musicians out there think of this. Zakk Wylde is saying for the first time ever he had to buy a noise gate while practicing for these songs. I wonder if he'll wear his kilt for the Pantera shows. Dimebag's wearing a Garth Brooks shirt. Check that out. All right, so he's just going on and talking about Dimebag's tone and how he always wanted more and more overdrive and everything. So here, this quote that's kind of pinned in the side of the article is this is Zakk Wylde saying, "Dime would have 2 distortion pedals on at the same time. For him, there wasn't enough gain. He loved it." So down here, a little more detail, he says, "With Dime stuff, Dime would have 2 distortion pedals on at the same time." Said Wylde. "I remember," he goes, "Zakk, what pedals do you use?" Like I said, one of my Berserker pedals, one of my overdrives. He had one of those on his board. I said, "Dime, it's probably not even adding anything because you've got so much overdrive on there." But for him, there wasn't enough gain. He just loved it. So that's, again, part of kind of his playing and his sound. So here he's talking more about Dimebag's rig, his pedals, his setup to get his sound. He goes on to say, "I got my rig, and obviously Dime used stuff that I don't use. Obviously his noise gate, if you're going to be going," and he kind of hums the tune of Cowboys from Hell, "there is an art at controlling it. Ask any guitar player." Me as a guitarist, I'm probably a little bit out on this, because I guess I was never that much of a metal player. I've played in rock bands and like hard rock bands, but I don't solo. I'm not a good off the cuff solo type of guy. So this part might be kind of lost on me, and having to have so much gain and so much overdrive and having to control it. But I have definitely had pedal boards large and small, and you start running into issues of this one's humming, this one's making this one sound weird. You got to figure out where to put them. But he goes, if they're not used to playing with a distortion pedal on, any of our buddies that just play without one, they're like, "Bro, how do you play with that thing?" Even my rig, to me, it's not even that dirty, but with Dime stuff, you got to have a noise gate on for sure. So now I'm a proud owner of a noise gate as well. There's a video here. I'm not going to play it for you, because then they'll get copyright flag on the video, but this is a video of Zakk Wylde practicing the solo from Walk. And I gotta say, from videos and stuff that I've seen of Dime doing this, he nails it all the way to the part to where when those 2 notes slide up back to back, where he goes with one hand, reaches over with the right hand, and it's just seamless. And he talked in this article too about practicing the songs along with the CD. So in this video, and I'll make sure to link this in the description of the video so you can go check it out for yourself, but I'm not going to play the video here. But he's saying how right now, practicing, he's watching a lot of YouTube videos, he's playing along with the albums, with the music and the track and everything, because obviously I'm sure they're not all in the same room rehearsing together yet. But he said that that's like having your roadmap, and you can kind of follow. If you get lost, the song keeps playing, you just pick up where you go. But he's not quite to the place of being able to just play it, because when you're there in the rehearsal space, and you got 3 other guys looking at you going, okay, play it, and you're like, he said it's like turning your GPS off when you're driving and you don't know where you are. So he's getting there, he's practicing. But one other thing I thought was interesting was he also said that he looked to YouTube's roster of virtuoso players, including England. Not sure who that is. It's probably in the previous paragraph. So Wylde also revealed a little of what we can expect from the Pantera set, Cowboys from Hell, where the aforementioned noise gate is essential for the staccato rhythm figures, is a no-brainer and ever-present in any Pantera set. Talking about other tracks he's looking forward to performing, Wylde mentioned Walk, A New Level, Hostile, and Electric. That solo is beyond. All the solos are blazing. They're all awesome. He goes on to say he also... YouTube virtuosos... whatever. He also said that he looked to YouTube's roster of virtuoso players, including England himself, for pointers on how to nail specific songs. Becoming was one of those. That's got to be a typo. Anyways, and this, of course, required another addition to his board in the shape of a Digitech whammy pedal. Dimebag was a pioneer of the whammy pedal, using it for the stepped on the cat squawk in the Becoming... the song Becoming... I need more coffee. In the Becoming verse riff, and for adding an extra pitch shifting squeal in those big harmonics in his solos. As for electric guitars, Wylde will be using the Dean Dime signature models that the man himself gave to him. There he says playing it with the record is one thing, but then you take the record away and say, play it for me. He says playing it with the record is the guideline. It's like color by numbers. You know where you're going. Without the record is like taking the GPS off your car. So I thought it was in this article also. Maybe it was in a different one that I read, but it talks about... There was something in here to suggest that Zakk Wylde will not be using the Floyd Rose whammy bar system that Dime also used. Because even in this video, it's hard to tell because his hand's right there. And again, I don't want to play the video. Maybe I'll just play it and mute it. So yeah, this one looks like there's no whammy bar on that, so he is not going to be enlisting the Floyd Rose, which maybe it was this article, I can't find it in this text, but maybe it was a different one. We talked about when he played for Ozzy, and he was essentially having to learn all these old Randy Rhoads riffs, Crazy Train and stuff, and Randy Rhoads was another one that he was a big fan of, that whammy bar and the pinch harmonics and all the different stuff. So it'll be interesting to see, Zakk Wylde's already been coming out saying, don't expect me to sound like Dime. He's going to do his best to honor his friend and, do this tribute show. But at the same time, he's saying, don't expect me to sound like him. He's not going to be using the Floyd Rose. He got the whammy pedal. He got the noise gate. So, I don't know. It's interesting to see kind of how this whole thing is unfolding. I'll be very interested to see, reviews and fans' reactions of people that go to the shows. Honestly, if I had to guess, I imagine these shows are going to be pretty expensive, and they probably won't come to my city. They might come to Los Angeles, but there's a good chance I'm going to skip it. I probably won't make it to a show, but I'll be really curious to see what other people think when this happens. I think the tour dates are supposed to be next year sometime. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about the tribute tour? What do you think about Zakk Wylde being in the band? What do you think about him kind of making a bold statement of saying, don't expect me to sound like him, and kind of doing some things different, trying to do some things the same? Sound off in the comments. As always, please make sure to like and share this video out there for others to see it. And if you are new here, thank you so much for watching this video this far through. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications, make sure that bell is set to all so you do not miss when I actually do post videos, even though it's been a while. And you'll also get notifications when I do live streams. So I am John, the Creative Blue Collar Guy, signing off. I'll talk to you later.